Hello, fellas. What's up? Poor gems. In Path of Exile 1, gems are socketed directly into your gear, and support gems are designed for a broader use. In Path of Exile 2, however, the gem system is completely different. You have a panel with 9 skill sockets, each of which can receive up to 5 support gems, with the general restriction that support gems can only be socketed once across all skills. As the game is still in an early phase, there is leeway to add some more, and so that's just what I'm gonna do. Starting with high frequency and low frequency. These two have to deal with the reactivation frequency of effects, either by shortening the delay or lengthening the delay. So basically all skills where something happens every X seconds or is able to happen again after X seconds can be supported by these. High frequency could be used for time of need to get divine blessings more often, blood boil to apply blood boils more often and for corrupted blood damage to be dealt more often, combat frenzy so that you have to wait less time before it procs again. Meanwhile, low frequency could be used for charge infusion, for charge consumption to happen less often, demon form to make life loss happen less often, elemental conflux for a picked element to stay longer by delaying its replacement. Following up, we have extraversion and introversion. So extraversion makes you more likely to talk to strangers. Alright, sorry. Extraversion actually boosts the presence area of effect that is used by the supported skill in the scope of the supported skill only. So let's say your presence is 4 meters. A skill using your presence with this support gem will consider your presence as being 5.2 meters instead, but your presence still remains 4 meters. This can be used with Alchemist's Boon or Blood Boil, for example. Introversion does the reverse. It reduces the presence area of effects for a given skill, but it boosts the effect that is tied to presence. It can be used with overwhelming presence, malice, and other similar skills in a close combat situation. A note, the support gem doesn't mention your presence, but any presence. It allows it to work with the aura of your tamed beasts, for example, since it takes their presence into account, I assume. On to anti-consumerism. Ever been in a situation where you bought too much of something you didn't really need because there was a discount? Yeah, me neither. In the case of this support gem, it's about preventing the consumption of an effect. You don't get the outcome of the consumption, but in exchange, it amplifies the effect that was not consumed. However, the effect's amplifications do not stack. So a couple of examples. For Lip Slam, it means losing the more stun build-up, but improving the effect of fully broken armor. For X-Blast, you no longer detonate curses, but you straighten them instead. For Firestorm, you trade improved bolts for improved ignite. And for Fang of Frost, you keep the parry debuff on the enemy and buff it. Next on the list, Sprung Delivery and Moveset Finisher. Both these gems have to do with timing, but they are very different. Sprung Delivery grants more attack speed to an attack skill the longer you've not used it up to a cap. So anything that you use occasionally and only once each time. It can be used for Lip Slam, Shield Charge or Stampede when used as occasional escape tools, or it can be used for Flicker Strike after you've generated enough power charges. The attack speed will stay for the entire time you flicker. Now, Moveset Finisher serves a very different purpose. It grants more damage to an attack the more skills you have used recently, so the last 4 seconds, up to a cap. For example, it could support Tempest Flurry that you would use after Glacial Cascade, Ice Strike, Charge Staff, Conductivity, and Tempest Bell. If you prefer toying with requirements, however, you might want to use Crafty Mind or Overdo. Crafty Mind allows you to cover a part of supported skill attribute requirements with your highest one instead, to reduce attribute dependence and improve cross-gameplay options. When supporting a meta skill, it also supports the skills that get triggered. Overdo does the reverse. It increases the attribute requirements of skills, but makes them deal more damage in counterpart. It also works similarly for meta skills. Do you happen to have skills with empty support sockets because none really do something for it? Well, Honing and Modesty might interest you then. Skills supported by Honing are used as though having extra quality for each empty support sockets it has. It's perfect for meta skills that trigger few skills, or for ascendancy skills where you find quality to be more relevant than support gems. But in the case where a skill benefits greatly from few support gems in particular, you could try Modesty. Skills supported by Modesty see the effects they receive from other support gems increased for each empty support socket it has. It can be used by an Herald skill, supported with Deadly Herald for example. And that's all I had in store this time. Did anything catch your eye? Tell me in the comments. As always, thank you for watching and see you in the next video. See you, Exiled. See you. Bye.